Okay, my apologies, but this video will be me trying to catch my breath. But after a very long year, actually I would say more than a year, I felt like it's time, finally, to take some serious, I would say probably not serious action, but some actions that will enable me to unplug or get away from the hamster wheel that I felt that I'm in. Because last year, in end of February, I quit my job. After that, I joined a boot camp. And a boot camp, it's definitely something that you invest a lot of your time and energy. I was putting like somewhere from 60 to up to 100 hours every week to make sure that I learn everything, that I'm not behind. And that lasted for about 6-7 months. And after that, it was a constant hustle to find the next right opportunity or job for me. And that was a really strict schedule that I made sure that I follow. That was constantly working on data structures and algorithms, solving lead code problems, HackerRank problems, Algo Export, Educative IO, LinkedIn Learning, O'Reilly Learning Platform as well. Like a lot of time was put into being up to date, being able to perform well during interviews, technical interviews, and applying to jobs, doing interviews. Like some days super early to really into 6 p.m. Like that will be like 12 hours per day. I would do interviews, talk with different companies, and then finally found the job that I felt that is the right opportunity for me, the right place to be at. I felt that I can relate to the mission, I can relate to the problems that are trying to be solved. They were interesting, something that I really was curious in working. Then I joined the company, and for 3 months straight, I was working about 12 to 14 hours. And reflecting back into that, it feels like I was working hard and not smart. And I feel that I got to a point where I actually stopped doing anything. I didn't do YouTube for more than a month. I didn't do any exercises. I didn't do any projects. No workouts, no walking, no running, no biking, or anything at all. And that felt that I was getting into a state that I didn't want to be in. I felt really anxious all the time. And I think it's due to the modern world where we live in today that we get constantly interrupted by a lot of things. Our time is spent on a lot of work. We don't have clear boundaries, work, home anymore. We constantly have Slack notification, emails, IMs, like everything is on our phones, on our computers, laptops, and so on. And our time is controlled by those notifications, by those apps, and so on. And we don't realize how we get to a point where we become really anxious and we don't feel that we are in control anymore. And that's kind of where I got. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our health, our mental health, about how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our surroundings, how we put ourselves in the world, and so on. And I took actions into my hands and did everything possible to be able to get away. And here I am in a place that honestly it's really great to unplug and do something to connect back, something that will allow to unwind and relax. And that's what I'm trying to do. During this time, I'm here with my family. We are all here for a week, maximum 2. And the goal is to work, but work less hours than usual, like not putting 14 or 12 hours, but put like probably 7-8 hours a week, and actually take that chance to unwind and not be exhausted and not being creative or not having energy to do stuff that matters, and avoid burnout at all costs. So during this time, I wake up super early. I woke up, no, it's not super early, because back home, I start my day around 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. That's when I start working. And here, I usually start around 6 in the morning. So it's still early, but not that early as usual, right? So I do from 6 until probably 10, I work. And then I take a few hours of break. During that time, I'm playing with my daughter, playing soccer, running around, going for a walk. During the time my daughter is napping, I'm going for a run, and that's actually me right now. I just finished a run right next to the water. It's just the trail actually that I just came from, and I'm cooling down. And in about half an hour, I have a meeting that I need to join. So usually I work until 10 or 11, depending if I have a meeting or something like that. Take a few hours during the day, and then continue to work later in the evening. So ideally would be that I take all the time off, but right now I need to work, and that's everything I could do at this time. I can't afford right now not to work. So that's my way of unplugging. And oh my god, this is a beautiful view. I really, really like it. So now I need to get up and go back to working. But honestly, even though I'm working less, I'm working like 8 hours or normal hours right now, it honestly feels like I'm not working that much. It actually is not working that much because it's less, right? So what I'm trying to say, sorry for all the noise, but what I'm trying to say is that we need to take care of our health. We need to take care of our mental health and well-being, because I would probably make an analogy. We are like a battery that we can constantly take from it, but if we are not charging, if we are not recharging or do anything to put back what we took from it, we won't be able to perform, and we might end up without energy, without any resources, and I don't think anybody wants to be in that case. So okay, hopefully you have a chance to make time for the things that matter for you, and make sure that you're staying well, healthy, and you continue doing what brings you joy. And if at some level what brought you joy before no longer brings you joy, probably you need to do something to address that. And no one else knows that better than you. So listen to yourself and see what can you do to make things better.